Now let's review this figure 21-62 that deals with your protection techniques, uh, basically in section 505.8 of the NEC. And then of course you're going to have parts A through N in the new 2020 NEC, but we list here the ones that we feel like are used the most, but you do have available to you equipment and so forth in 505.8A through N. Now, we pick up the same type of equipment to a certain degree, some of it, in 500.7 of the NEC for the divisions. But let's look at these protection techniques to the left, and then to the right, the illustration of the equipment. Flameproof, 505.8A. Now, just for example, 500.7A, we call it explosion proof. And you can, this equipment is defined in Part 3 to Article 100, but it's explosion proof type equipment. It will, if an explosion occurs within inside, it cools the gas through the openings so that the gas won't be so hot that it could ignite the gas or vapor. It'll be below the ignition temperature of the gas or vapor. Then we have purged and pressurized. We have the same in the NEC, and it's just you purge it, you sweep an enclosure out, 4 times per hour if it's a motor, 10 times per hour, and we find that in 505.8B. Intrinsically safe now, 505.8C, then you're going to have a barrier and you're going to have a safe zone. The same is intrinsically safe in Article 504 of the NEC. Now we have a type of protection in accordance with D, and it's under normal operating, it is not a problem. Under normal operation, this equipment's not a problem. They call it an N in 505.8D. Now, to me, that's kind of like in a way the same equipment that we have in the divisions in 500.7, non-incentive, so to speak, gives you the same thing under normal operation. All immersion, 0, that's E part. And notice it's just like the all emerged type equipment that we would find in 501.105, 501.150 of the NEC. Increased safety, now this is one the NEC doesn't have, and it's 505.8F, and it's designated as E, and it's just completely enclosed that if an arc occurs within the mixture of it and everything, it'll contain it. Encapsulation, M, that's G part, and in an explosive atmosphere, it just encloses the arc. It just embeds it, surrounds it, so that it doesn't get out. Powder filling, I've never seen much of this overseas where I taught a lot. It's designated by Q, and it's in 505.8H, and powder filling. I haven't seen maybe one installation like it, and it was an older installation. And it was overseas too, not in the U.S. Combustible gas detection system, 505.8L, and then of course that's just like our gas detection system that we find in 500.7K, 1 through 3. Now these are some of the most popular ones that we see in industrial plants, tank farms, offshore. We see quite a bit of this type of equipment used. Some of it not as much as other types. But this gives you A through L, and of course, like I said, you have A through N to 505.8 type equipment that could be used once you classify your zone. So this is Class 1, Zone 0, 1, and 2 equipment. And when you go to this section 505.8A, it will tell you which zones this equipment could be used in, just like 500.7 does for the divisions. And then go to Article 100 in the NEC, Part 3, and this equipment will be defined. If we're dealing with dust, we go to Article 506, for dust, when you're using the zone concept. But that's what this figure 62 is basically illustrating, is the type of equipment that can be used in the zones. And I don't believe I've left anything out equipment-wise that could be used. So that's what this figure 21-62 is illustrating to the user of the NEC.